Morning Crossfire, 99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Good morning to you, Lagos. I am Sheriff Quadry. Welcome again to the Morning Crossfire. If you are just joining us, goodness me, where have you been? No, where have you been? God. I mean, even your friends, they are not nice to you because they know, they're aware that something big is always guaranteed here on Nigeria Info, morning, afternoon, night. So everybody should be here to have a discussion that affects you and me every day, non-stop. It doesn't matter whether it's weekdays or weekends. It really doesn't matter on Nigeria Info. Every moment is a big moment. It's big time on Nigeria Info. So, I mean, I'm glad that you're here. Finally, you enjoy the last, how many hours we have left for the day and subsequent days on Nigeria Info. Just bookmark it or just download our mobile app to make it easy. If you use Android, feel free to go to Google Play Store or iTunes Play Store, to iTunes Store to go and download our mobile app, Nigeria Info FM. That's Nigeria, not Nigerian. Nigeria space info space FM. Just search for it. You see the logo NI. Then you can download the app to enjoy good radio, quality radio. So you're welcome. Eventually you're here. So Lagos, let's talk about something again that has affected you, me, still affecting you, me, and that is COVID-19. The angle that we're taking right now is the new transportation system, whether it's a relief or it's caused so much agitation. So on the 29th of June 2020, the federal government decided to lift the ban on interstate travels, which can only be done outside curfew hours with effect from July 1, 2020. Now, since the ban became lifted, many interstate travelers have continued to decry the hike in transport fares to various parts of the country despite the availability of fuel. Please underline that. Fuel is available and relatively moderate pump price. So it appears as though some of these travelers have forgotten that previously many have been, forced to remain in their respected states for over 2 months. Now, this is no defense, though, to the transporters, as it is expected, to be known that by all, that the increment is one of the economic effects of COVID-19. I mean, they're not even allowed to load full time. They're not allowed to carry, the full capacity of their vehicle. So this effect is not only taking a toll on the transportation sector, but also affecting almost every area of our economy. If you want to move one thing to another state right now, you pay huge sums of money. Not just human beings, just move stuff, other things. You pay a lot of money to do that. And it's not that the fuel is extremely costly. I mean, that's the downside to all of this. So it is normal to increase transportation, especially the fare, due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Also claim, it could not be as high as it currently is without the pandemic. We know that. It's possible that there wouldn't be an increase in transportation fare. Then should we then blame the increment on physical distancing guideline of the government? Or exactly who should we blame for this increase in fares? And I would like to know how this has affected you. Have you traveled out of Lagos? Have you traveled away from Abeokuta? Have you moved around? Crossing states? I'm not talking about during the ban. I'm not talking about before the ban. I'm talking about during this time that the ban has been lifted. Because a lot of people that traveled when the ban was still in place, they paid quite a lot of money to go around. So I'm talking about now, since July 1. Have you left Lagos for other cities, for other states? What's your experience like? But in the meantime, our newsroom recently packaged a report on transportation within and outside Lagos. So let's find out what commuters, travelers, and even transporters themselves have to say. It's a special report. After this special report, I'll come back here and hear your side of the story. Stay here.
The following measures shall either remain in place or come into effect. 1. Maintaining the current phase of the national response for another 4 weeks, in line with modifications to be expatiated upon by the national coordinator. Permission of movement across state borders only outside curfew hours with effect from 1st July 2020. 3. Enforcement of laws around non-pharmaceutical intervention by states, in particular the use of face masks in public places.
On the 29th of June 2020, the federal government decided to lift the ban on interstate travels. Boss Mustafa, chairman of the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19, announced that interstate travels can only be done outside curfew hours with effect from July the 1st, 2020. Although there were some violations of the ban when it was in place, many people were, however, forced to stay in their respective states for more than 2 months. The ban was to prevent the further spread of coronavirus, which has claimed over 700 lives in Nigeria. Sani Aliyu is the coordinator of the PTF. He explained how the new transportation system would work.
For bus trips, we strongly urge windows to be kept open, particularly for short trips, and face mask is mandatory. We also expect transporters to arrange for crowd control. Buses should have a maximum of 50% capacity.
The decision by the government to later lift the ban brought relief to many people, but little did they know what will come with the news. That last instruction from Aliyu saw travelers and passengers greeted with immediate increment in transport fares.
Normally they take 5,000 naira to travel to the east. Now I have to add an extra 3,600 naira, making it 8,600 naira. And I really wonder where the money is going to come from, because obviously I budgeted for 5,000 naira. Now I am hearing 8,600 naira, because according to them, they have to observe social distancing during travel, and they also have to make up for lost time because they haven't been doing interstate travel for some months now.
You can feel the sadness in the voice of Sophia, who found herself in an uneasy position, having to pay a lot more to travel to the eastern part of Nigeria to see her family. This feeling cuts across several Nigerians who have been hit economically by the coronavirus, but have to still pay a lot for their journey ever since the interstate ban was lifted.
My name is Chisom. I actually wanted to travel to Onitsha, right? But I can't actually go today anymore because on my arrival here, transportation fare has increased though, like from what it used to be. Like right now, it's double of the price you get. So I really do not know what to do. I'm kind of stranded because I actually came for an interview in Lagos here, right? Whew, I don't know. Maybe I'll just have to wait until I get more money to be able to go back. Even if the federal government is saying, oh, okay, let them carry 50%, right? At least there should be a regulation, right, to the price.
My name is Johnson. I planned on going to Port Harcourt today, but on getting to this place this morning, the bus guys have increased their price from Lagos to Port Harcourt. Because of this price increase, now I'm stranded. I can't travel again to Port Harcourt because what I budgeted before was not the actual amount I met here. The government, either Lagos State or the federal government, to see how to either regulate these people because this price is too much.
My name is Imabon. I'm heading to Calabar. I just discovered that the transportation fare is almost double the price. This is not fair at all. I wish the government can come and do something about it. It's not fair.
My name is Alexandra. Feels like a rip-off by the transport operators, Sha. The drivers say it's because they don't carry full passengers. So now I have to pay money I didn't budget for to travel.
Reacting to the development, transporters lamented the loss of about 200 billion naira following the 12-week ban on interstate travels. They stressed that the increment was as a result of physical distancing, which was one of the rules to be kept to prevent passengers from contracting the virus. Some of them at the Ajah area of Lagos who spoke to Nigeria Info hinted that 12-seater buses now carry 8 passengers, while 14-seater buses convey 9 passengers.
Normally we have the 12-seater bus and the 14-seater bus, which was the original capacity. But as it stands now, to ensure things are safe and the distance is maintained, the 12-seater bus ends up carrying 8 passengers in calculation of 1-1-2-2-2. The original one is a 1 person in front. The second line is a 2 person but now carries 1. The third line is a 3 person seat but carries 2, leaving the center seat vacant, and that applies to the other 2 lines. So we end up having 8 passengers on a 12 passenger seater bus and 9 passengers on a 14 seater bus.
We take just 5 passengers for the vehicle. For the Sienna, it's 5 passengers, while for the 12-seater buses, it's 7 passengers.
Some also maintain that the prices were increased to make up for the losses that will add up since they now convey fewer passengers.
Before the epidemic, we charge 7,000 to PH. Even Abuja, 7,000, 7,500. But now, as a result of the social distance, we now charge PH 85. The same thing is applicable to Abuja.
There is a 50% increase in price. 7,500 for Port Harcourt before, but now Port Harcourt is now 15,000. So we need to cover up for the losses. Even at that, we are still making loss, but not that much.
Meanwhile, as Nigerians continue to lament about the high fares for interstate travels, medical experts are still warning about the health implications of coronavirus. They advised that this is not the time for people to let their guards down, as there will be influx of people to commercial states, Lagos in particular. Government has also cautioned against unnecessary travels, explaining that the easing of the lockdown is more for economic activities. PTF chairman and coordinator Boss Mustafa and Sani Aliyu once again stressed this point.
No cure, no vaccine, no drugs. So what do? Let's comply with these non-pharmaceutical interventions.
Overall, what we are trying to do is to put out the small fires across the country, rather than trying to fight a raging fire across the whole country, which will be very difficult and will also be damaging economically for us.
This report was packaged by Kenneth Toby.
This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. There you go, Lagos. Our special reports put together by our newsroom as regards what you are going through ever since the restriction on interstate movement has been lifted by the federal government. Oh, so a lot of people actually lamented the hike in the transportation fare. I want to know your personal experience this morning, and that is our conversation on the Morning Crossfire. And it's what we do on the Morning Crossfire. So the special report usually comes out on Wednesday. So on Thursday morning, we bring the special report on the Morning Crossfire for us to come and have a conversation about it. So you're welcome. Thank you all for joining us. So, in other words, from what you have heard, we clamored for interstate restriction to be lifted. It's been lifted. Is this like bringing more sufferings to the people, or it has brought relief to travelers? And I want to hear your thought on this. 0700 993 993 993. That is 0700 993 993 993. You can talk to me via Twitter at Nigeria Info FM on Twitter, at Nigeria Info FM on Twitter. Send me a WhatsApp message to share your thoughts with me. The WhatsApp number is 0809 597 5805. That is 0809 597 5805. Let me know if you've traveled out of the states before. Since the restriction was lifted. You are the ones that I'm talking to this morning. Orobosai joins us from Lekki. Orobosai, good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Sheriff. Good morning.
It's good to have you.
Thank you. I just came back from Anambra.
Oh, okay.
I went to Anambra on Wednesday last week and came back on Saturday.
Okay.
From your report, that guy that was saying from here to Port Harcourt is 8.5. That is a very big lie. I went to the park and they told me from Lagos to Anambra, Onisha precisely, was 15,500 naira.
Wow.
So saying that from here to Port Harcourt is 8.5, that is a big lie. If you go to that part to go and enter motor to Port Harcourt, they will take you nothing less than 15,000 naira. And they are sometimes double of the price. That's what they are taking.
Oh my.
But police is not friendly on the road. They are from pole to pole at the settle. I think that is what is causing this anyway.
The extortion by the police officer. Robert, thank you very much for talking to me. I really do appreciate it. Extortion, he said, could be responsible for the hike in transportation fare. Okay, I'm gonna quickly take this message from WhatsApp. Tarila Murphy from Lekki says, are we now saying that it's the people that would pay for the times the transport companies have not been working? I don't get it. This country is in a total mess. I swear down. Tarila is quite upset there because in the report you would hear the transporters saying that they need to make up for the times that they didn't work. Fidelis is in mile 12. Oh, we lost Fidelis' call. Fidelis, do try and call us back, okay? Do try. We'd like to speak with you. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, my name is Ifai. I'm calling you from Ekwaja.
Talk to me, Ifai. Have you traveled recently?
Yes, I traveled a week ago, precisely, last week, Thursday.
Tell us.
Anayihala.
Let's hear you.
In Anambra State, yes.
Okay.
My brother, I won't tell you lies because when I go to Bolade at Oshodi, to board a Homer bus, they told me 8,500 naira.
Okay.
Because they are carrying two passenger and two on the road instead of the normal 3. I said, okay. I boarded it. But a friend of mine who was also traveling but didn't have enough cash went to it. And he boarded a Sienna bus, a Sienna space bus for 5,000 naira. 5,000 naira to Onisha. 5,000 at Tollgate. But the surprising thing about the travel, which was very unfortunate, I will never forget it in my life, is that between Shagamu, we spent 4 hours, 3 minutes from Bega to Shagamu. I don't know the kind of job Julius Berger has been doing on that route since 2014 or thereabouts.
Right.
That even during this, since the inception of this association, every year they make provisions in their budget for that particular section of that route, and yet it is not the end is not yet on site.
So apart from paying exorbitant fare for transportation, you're also wasting time on the road.
4 hours, 3 minutes from Bega to the Chagamu interchange. Very, very unfortunate.
That's unforgivable.
The moment you left that area, from that Chagamu interchange to Asaba Head Bridge, we saw 62 police and army custom checkpoints.
Oh my! You were counting 52.
Yes, I counted it. 62.
62? No way.
62.
No way.
In fact, in some areas it is 4 post interval. 4 post interval. You will ask yourself, is it not the same police that just stopped this vehicle somewhere there that is still here? Is it another country's police or another state police? Some places you will see people that look like headers. People that look like headers with sticks standing in for their soldier brothers or something like that. Maybe the soldier wants to go and eat himself. He will tell his brother that is not a soldier to stand there for him with his stick. Stop his vehicle. You will hear stop. What kind of country is this? Well, I don't understand. It's unfortunate. We is the same country, but nobody. You can't see this type of thing in the north.
Right.
Then you can't travel along any northern route. You see this type of checking point. I don't understand. It's only God that knows why. It's only God that can set us free from this nonsense.
Thank you so much for this update. I really appreciate it.
It's very expensive.
Right.
Another thing, please, before I drop.
Yes, please.
A suggestion I want to make to Lagos State government is this. In Munshi, in fact, the entire Munshi, If there is still local government administration in Lagos State, the local government chairman or council in Munchi should be allowed to enforce environmental sanitation law. You will see during the rainfall, you will see the public people living in the compound carrying their waste, refuse, pouring it inside gutter.
Right.
And this refuse will go and block the drainage at Idioro and Olosha. It's a serious problem. And if the government is going to cross that road again, they should not use asphalt. They should do concrete or interlocking for that road from Olosha to Masalachi, end of Jibowu end. That is all. That is the only way out. Otherwise, if they continue to do it to asphalt it, we will continue to suffer that road every day.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for talking to me. I really do appreciate you. Two have a great day. We're going to break. We'll be back in a moment.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk. Let's talk.
It's a great Thursday morning here on 99.3 Nigeria Info. 8:29 the time. And yes, we're talking about interstate travels. If you've traveled recently, we would like to hear your report. So far this morning, it's been quite interesting. My last caller before the break said he traveled from Lagos to Anambra and he saw a total of 62 checkpoints on the road. Not just the police, even the military, even the FRSC, 62 of them. Hey, Joe, what were they looking for on the road? Oh? What got missing? Okay. So now we understand that ordinarily maybe this hike in transport fare shouldn't be this high, right? But now you see the reason. It is what it is. David joins us on the show this morning right now. Hello, David. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Sheriff.
Good to have you.
Yeah. You see, the commuters, I don't know why they will be the one to pay for what COVID-19 have brought to us. Because the transporters, they push, when they ask them to keep social distance, they push the cost to the commuters. So with the passengers, I have an experience, even though it is not interstate, it's within Lagos here. The conductor loaded full load without observing social distance and collected the money that social distance have brought them to collect. He has calculated that by the time he will be getting to where police or people that will check them are, some passengers will have dropped. And he was now observing social distance. And we now attack him that, but you collected the money that social distance help you to put on top, or not? So he now said it's business technique.
What did you guys do? What did you people do?
We just held him to his conscience that if we now decide to make him the governor of Lagos State today now, this is how you will be doing us wayo that is business technique.
Okay. So nothing came out of it in the end. You just left him. Right. Indeed. 8:31 is the time. In case you're just joining us, you're welcome. The studio line is 0700 993 993 993. That is 0700 993 993 993. My WhatsApp line is working though, so I'll be taking some WhatsApp messages in a moment. The WhatsApp number is 0809 597 5805. 0809 587 5805. Femi is in the cotton. Femi joins us right now. Hello, Femi. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you this morning?
I'm doing well.
Yeah, I have a very brief contribution to the topic.
Yes, let's have it.
Yeah. You didn't put it, what do you call it? Your station did not put it on the report, in the report that they made yesterday. The major cause of the hike is the police on the road. That's just a fact. The police on the road. I'm a transporter.
Okay.
I'm a transporter.
Good.
And I've been complying. I've not taken full passengers.
Okay.
I don't drive a bus. I drive a tricycle.
Okay.
I don't put anybody at the front, and I take two at the back.
Okay.
Since the use of the lockdown. Now, Sherry, let me shock you.
Shock me.
A friend of mine on Monday went to ambulance man.
Okay.
And he got there, and he told the man that he needed to take his mother-in-law to the village that is in Akwa Ibom. And the man told him that he's going to pay 120,000 from taking the woman's body from here to Akwa Ibom State. So are you getting it? Now, I went with the guy, with my friend, and when my friend was asking the ambulance driver that, why this? The man said that, my friend, do you know how many checkpoints that I will meet before getting to your place, to the place you are going? And the man started counting. Now, the man even made an example. He said a colleague of his traveled, and when he was going, he never planned up to amount that he paid. He said the gain that the man realized after the money that he collected is just 5,000. You can imagine.
With all the stress.
So that is just the major problem. That's just the major problem.
The police on
when
the road.
When you come to Quadry, hello?
Yes, go on, Femi.
Yeah, when you come to Quadry, you will see the way police are harassing, the way tax the operators here.
Right.
Both the bus drivers and the cycle drivers.
Yeah.
So that is just the big issue. Police,
extortion.
they are the major problem in high the price. Thank you.
Extortion on the road. Femi, thank you so much, Femi, for talking to me. I really appreciate it. I mean, this is getting very interesting. Many thanks to the newsroom for putting this together, really. I mean, it lets us, it gives us perspective to look at these things. I mean, if you are not traveling out of the state, perhaps you won't know what people that must travel, what people that, have to travel, what they have to go through before they can make that journey, all in the name of somebody trying to make a fast buck on them. Victor is in Festac. Victor, good morning to you.
My name is Chika.
Oh, Chika is your name. I'm seeing Victor here. Okay.
Well, I think it's very, very unfortunate that we found ourselves where we are today.
All right.
I've had us to travel 2 times since the interstate travel was lifted.
What's your experience like?
It hasn't been pleasant at all. I actually traveled last week. I traveled last week Tuesday, and I came back on Friday. On that Tuesday that I traveled, normally the Sienna Space Bus that I used to enter 7,000 to Anambra State.
Right.
I paid 12,000.
Okay.
Then a caller called in and said that
what's the former price? What's the previous price?
The former price was 7,000.
7, and now 12.
I paid 12. A caller said that he counted to the checking point.
Yes.
Sheriff, in Edo State alone, and this is the honest truth.
Okay.
Combined of police, FRSC, Customs, and Nigerian Army, I counted 49. In Edo State
within the state alone?
Within Edo State alone, 49 checking points. Within Edo State alone.
Okay.
I think we saw about 3 SAS checking points. The military was about 6. Then the rest was the police and the FRSC. In total, I was able to do over 100 between Shagamu Interchange.
Over 100?
Between Shagamu Interchange and Onitsha Head Bridge, I did more than 100. And you can confirm this thing from any transporter that applied that route. At a point, it became frustrating. It became frustrating. What have we done wrong in this part of this country? It got so bad that before you move from 1 kilometer to 2 kilometers, you saw another checking point. At a point, I began to ask one of them, "What exactly are you people checking?" And what he told me is that I might try to teach him how to do his job. I said, "For crying out loud, you are frustrating the life of people." I don't really blame the transporters. Because one of the callers said, between Ibafo and Shagamu Interchange, I also spent about 3 hours, 15 minutes on that road.
Oh.
The traffic was something else. It was hectic. The one I did on Sunday, I had to go with private.
Okay.
Although I had to leave around 4 o'clock, 4 in the morning.
Very early.
To the traffic.
Very, very early.
But also, the police on the road, it hasn't reduced at all. I don't know how you can actually convey this message to the IG of police. A lot of us, we sent mail, we send messages to the number, but nothing seems to be happening. It's becoming frustrating.
So that is why such conversations will be necessary. That's why we're having this conversation right now on radio. Remember that we've had several other kinds of conversations as well, and we've seen the result. It has come. They've heard it and they've acted on it. So don't worry. We're not having this conversation just for having its sake. No, that's not the point. We're having it because it will cause a change. Ishaya Ibrahim Soya on Twitter says, "Before I traveled to Yola, I paid 10,000 naira. After coming back last week, I paid 15,000 naira plus 5,000 naira for my load. We pass almost 100 checkpoints on the road, and all the drivers have to pay bribe before passing. After 10 p.m., every checkpoint collects 500 naira. Very bad, Nigeria." Shaya, thank you for talking to me. Rotimi is here. Rotimi is in Lagos Island. Abi? Okay.
Yeah,
Rotimi.
good morning.
Good morning to you, Rotimi.
Yeah. The police is actually a very big issue. They are really causing problems a lot in this lockdown. It's not just about even public transport.
Right.
Even private, when you are coming from work that late in the night and you pass and they seize your car because you are a bit past 10, you go back to the station, 10,000, 5,000 before you can release your car. Even after delaying you till the next day. It's a really big problem. It's a really big problem. It's really affecting us. Personally, they seized my car twice, just a bit past 10. And I'm walking on the island. I'm going just to Ikotmo. It's crazy. It's crazy. We need to look into it.
I feel you wrote to me. Thank you. Thank you for talking to me. I really appreciate it. It's 8:40 from our studios here, and thank you all for jumping on this conversation. I really, really honestly appreciate it. We're having a very important conversation here. It's good that the feedback is strong. It's good that we're sharing directly from those that had been through it. Let's go to WhatsApp and take some messages on WhatsApp. Which social distancing are we even talking about, inside bus? For me, Sheriff, that is not a social distance. Chima from K2 is saying his mind there. So I think the government should intervene to stop this habit. Adeni from Surulere is also concerned. Who is here? Sheriff, our security men are demonic, most especially the soldiers and police. You didn't put your name, but it's okay. Thank you for sending in your thought. Victor Stephen from Ogun State says the roadblocks on the roads are the major cause of the increase in the transport fare, not just the need by the transporters to offset the cost of the empty seats. We are our own problems in this country. These people, the security guys, made a hell of money during the lockdown. Wow. When we are ready to make this country work, we will. Thank you. Thank you, too, for sending in your thought. More messages are coming in from WhatsApp. Philippian says, I wonder how transporters make it. It is worst if you travel with your car to the east from Shagamu to where I went. There are more than 100 checkpoints. You wonder if there is a war on this zone. Okay. Thank you, Philippian. Appreciate it. Let's see who we've got here on the line. Oh, we lost that. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Sheriff.
Good morning.
This is Madam.
Welcome.
But I thought the IG told them to dismantle all this, what do you call it?
The roadblocks?
Is it all these police checkpoints?
The checkpoints, okay.
They just said they should dismantle it now. So why are they still keeping it?
Yeah.
Hello?
I'm with you, Madam Ifi. I don't know why.
Yeah.
You're asking me to give you... No, I can't give you the answer because I don't know why they keep
I'm
them.
asking you because
I don't know.
I mean, there was a time it was in the social media that IG said they should dismantle it.
They've always said it. They have always said it.
They should remove most of them now since the lockdown is over. And what's this Fulani X-Men that no more terrorizing? Why are they keeping it? How do you expect transport fare not to be high? It will be high because they are going to settle all these people on the road. If I'm going to Delta State now, I used to 2,100 or 2,005 max. So are you telling me if I'm going to Delta, I will pay how much?
You pay a lot, You pay a lot.
Dismantle it. It's the work of the IG to say they should dismantle it.
Right.
No more lockdown.
Right.
And it's not only even interstate. Even within Lagos, yesterday I went out to Ojota. I almost spent 1,000 naira to get to Ojota from my place. This social day to carry two passengers on the seat. Then they would not divide the remaining fare for the people who are inside. Not fair.
Thank you, Madam Ifi, for calling me. I appreciate it. Alaji Zubai joins us right now. Alaji Zubai, good morning to you.
Sheriff, good morning.
Good morning.
You know, we are customers. We are always there with you.
Thank you. Thank you for waiting.
All right. First of all, let me just call the attention of Nigerians, especially our leader. This period of pandemic, a sensitive government leader who are concerned with a citizen, supposed not to increase petroleum price. Let Nigeria get that fact ready. They are accusing some organization not to disengage their staff. They themselves they are increasing fuel price at this particular pandemic period. It's uncalled for. and they are not being reasonable, especially our leader.
Right.
Look, the price is now 143. Look at the gap. They brought it from 123 to 143. So you are now saying the transportation will not be increased. Is he going to take the vehicle? Is he going to take water? No. So these are one of the issues. And Sheriff, you remember somebody mentioned something. One of your caller now mentioned something.
Right.
That this thing is only happening in the south. Is it not the same Nigeria? The mom mentioned that it does not happen in the north. What does the southerner do? Are they not part of this country? Look, the southerners should wake up from their slumber. Election is coming. I think they should know what to do, whether they belong to this country or not. I mean, on the increase of price, let me remind you again, Sheriff.
Yeah.
Even in Lagos, forget about whether you travel out of Lagos. From Yanokwaja to Lagos, you know how much you cost. So let's talk about the reality. The government is insensitive. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Elijah Zubaya, for calling me. Christopher is in Banana Island. Christopher, good morning to you.
Quadry, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Let me shock you.
Shock me.
I'm in crossfire. 2 of my sons supposed to travel to Delta State.
Okay.
My local government to get this document. They say state of origin, right?
Yeah.
Those 2 guys were born in Lagos, so they say they process something they are processing. Say no, go and get your state of origin. Now they're supposed to go, but because of the lockdown, they couldn't travel. Now they lift the bound. Going to my place on a normal day is 6,000 naira, right?
Okay.
So to and fro is 12,000 for one person.
Mm-hmm.
To and fro. But now one person will pay 12,000, then to and fro 24,000, right?
Right.
Then the 2 of them will cost me 48,000. Abi?
That's right.
Then if I say I go with my gura with the increase of fuel, at least 15,000 naira will take me to and fro. But with what I'm hearing about the police and the army and everything, if I go with my gura, which means I'll budget about 100,000. So this state of origin thing, these guys were born in Lagos.
So let's not divide the conversation. Thank you so much for calling me. I appreciate it. Let's take some tweets. JVO, the one Bayer on Twitter says, what Julius Berger is doing for 1 year on Berger to Ibafo still baffles me. And that's a rhyme right there. I'm a construction expert myself, but believe me, they're causing extreme hardship for travelers. It's like they've jinxed the government and no one is saying anything. JVU on Twitter is passing that message across this morning. We're streaming live on YouTube, by the way, and I'll be taking some thoughts on Facebook any moment. I mean, I have to take thoughts from Facebook. It's very important. And I'll be taking thought from YouTube as well before I go on the show this morning. So let's take one call. Then we go to YouTube and Facebook. Good morning to you.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning. What's your name, please?
My name is Akuns.
All right, Akuns.
Let me give you a story.
Oh, yeah.
We are talking all these things. They think that these people are not listening to us. All the whole headmen that send these people on the road, they have money they are paying to them every day, returning. Each checkpoint, they know. You see, you hear some people carry sticks. They will not wear uniforms. They are among of those people on the road.
Yeah.
If you try to remove these people, my brother, listen carefully. Now I'm telling you, you can't pass that road without having kidnapping, hijacking a motor in 3 times in a day.
Right.
I'm telling you, if you remove these people there, because that is their office, if you remove them, we are not free. They can hijack everybody. Kidnappers will pull everywhere. Small time we show cows. When you are passing that beneath town, anytime you see a cow passing on the road, turn your motor back. They will kidnap more than two vehicles there inside bush. Leave them or let them taking this one I beg. If they don't take it, we are not free on that road. Please, I'm begging.
Okay. All right. I hear you. I mean, it's not that you have any proof about what you're saying, but it's okay. It's your opinion. I just want to make it clear that, I mean, yeah, you could say that, but it's not that it's true. So, yeah. Thank you, Akuns, for calling me. I appreciate it. You know what we're going to do, Lagos? Yeah, they're listening to us, just like Akuns said. They're obviously listening to us. Well, another thing you can do is, as you're tweeting right now at Nigeria Info, right? make sure that you mention the IGP. Make sure that you give a mention to the IGP, you give a mention to the National Assembly, you give a mention to the state government, especially your state government or Lagos state government. Give a mention to the appropriate authorities. Let's make noise about this. Give a mention to the Nigerian Army. Give a mention to the FRSC. Give a mention to the customs on Twitter. Because we can't fold our hands and keep quiet and not do something about it. You may not have the cause to travel out of the state. Imagine people that have not worked for months and have been stranded in one state or the other. And they're trying to get back to their base so that they can at least start refresh and kickstart their lives. They get to the bus park and they now find out that what they had in mind is not what is actually in vogue. It's not just fair. I mean, I'm so glad. One thing that gladdens me this morning is the fact that we're not solely... I've not even heard anybody blame the transporters this morning. I mean, that alone, I'm happy about that. I mean, we know the problem, and I'm very glad that we know the problem. So let's fix the problem together. We have to fix the problem together. We will not keep quiet about this. And maybe we'll bring this up again and get an update maybe next week. Next week is okay, Abi? Good. To get an update if things have changed. Because we will not stop until something changes for the better, not for the worse. Because it's just inhuman. How do you put checkpoints at every 4 electric poles? I mean, who does? From where? How? Are you the only ones hungry? That's just unfair. And it's criminal. Because I don't know the excuse that you've got that you can't. Okay. Let's go to Facebook. I did say we're going to go to Facebook. So let's go to Facebook. Richard Akpan says, good morning, Sheriff. The government should try and help the masses for this interstate travel. It's ridiculous, please. Isn't Uzodima said the police has to be sanctioned for this. Those involved in this should be prosecuted. What rubbish. Isn't it? I feel you totally. Absolutely. I do feel you. Let's go to WhatsApp quickly right now. 8:52. It's 8:52. Hey, this time, I feel like we should increase this time for Morning Crossfire. I swear. Let's see. Sheriff, do you know that the commercial drivers actually know the rates to give out at every police checkpoint or roadblock? And if the money is not complete, they will pack your vehicle. The number of checkpoints is so much that your journey time is made longer than necessary. Andy Man, you're very, very correct. I mean, that's another cost on you. Apart from paying exorbitant price, you also pay your time. And time is something that you can't even get back. You can make another money. But time, you can't make another one. You've lost it, you've lost it. So it shouldn't be taken for granted. It can't be taken for granted. This is quite serious. Very, very serious. Okay. Interesting. So what we're going to do right now is this, Lagos. We're going to play Just a Minute, right? Let's play Just a Minute. When we're done with Just a Minute, we'll be wrapping off the show. Thank you all for being a part of the Morning Crossfire today. It's been awesome. Tomorrow, we have another interesting episode for you of the Morning Crossfire. Always interesting to know that you're there. Please stay tuned. Let's try and see if we can give out 10,000 naira to somebody this morning.
It's entertaining, exciting, puts money in your pockets. It's just it. Get your brought to you by Nigeria. Calling to any of our shows, the Morris Fire, What's Up Lagos, the Sunny Side, and the Head Facts. And answer as many questions as possible in just seconds. And we'll be giving 10 naira every day. Winners will be announced on Hard Facts with Sandra Ezekwesili. Just a Minute, the game show for everyone. Right here on your number one station for talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's play, let's win, let's talk.
Hello, good morning
Hello.
to you.
Good morning.
What's your name?
My name is Olalekan Aregbeshola.
Olalekan Aregbeshola. Can you give me your last 4 digits?
6969
6969. And your first 4 digits?
003.
Okay. So, Olalekan, after playing this game, right, you're going to stay on the line for a lady to speak to you and get your complete details, okay?
Okay.
All right. Are you ready to play?
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's play.
This is Just a Minute.
So, here's your first question. What is the Nigeria Info's frequency?
99.3.
Okay. How many bus drivers' voice did you hear in the report we played earlier at 8 a.m.?
4.
Okay. What time does Dailies Today begin on Morning Crossfire?
Say that again.
What time does Dailies Today, it's an element of the Morning Crossfire, what time does it begin?
5:05 or about 5:05.
Who scored Arsenal's first goal against Liverpool last night?
Lacazette.
Are you an Arsenal fan?
No.
What was the topic on the Cheats Morning?
The effect of the pandemic on transportation after the lockdown.
What is Nigeria Info's Twitter handle?
At nigeriainfo.ng.
Okay. So you got 2 questions correctly. I mean, who knows? She might just be the winner. All right. So stay on the line. A lady will take your details right now. Olalekan Aregbeshola.
Yeah.
All right. 2 questions. You got them correctly. That means you got 2 correct answers. All right. Stay on the line. Don't go anywhere. Your details will be gotten in a moment. So, Lagos, that's how much we've got for you on the Morning Crossfire today. Thank you all for being a part of it. I'm Sheriff Quadry. The show was produced by Zainab Yakin. You can follow me on Twitter at Nigeria. Follow Nigeria Info FM on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM. On Instagram, Nigeria Info FM Lagos. On Twitter, on Facebook and YouTube is Nigeria Info FM. That's facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM and youtube.com/Nigeria Info FM. But you can follow me on Twitter at Sheriff Quadry, on Instagram at Sheriff Quadry, on LinkedIn at Sheriff Quadry. I'll be back tomorrow at 5 a.m. Let's get talking, Lagos. Good morning to you.